city, like a line drawn through memory rather than space, passing through streets that feel less like locations and more like layers of time. Windows reflect both inside and outside at once, blending passengers' lights and distant buildings into a single continuous impression. The city outside is no longer fully separate from the tram itself. It feels as if everything is moving together in one shared rhythm that does not require destination to justify motion. And it feels like movement has become the only structure. Golden tram night, where travel is no longer about arrival. And I understand that motion itself can be complete without purpose. Even sound inside the tram feels softened, as if it no longer belongs to individual sources, but to the space itself. Maybe journeys were never about where we go. Maybe they were about continuing. Golden tram night, where everything is already in motion. And I realize that direction was only a way of understanding flow. And the tram continues through a city that no longer resists it. The river no longer feels like something that carries water, but something that carries continuity itself. It moves in a way that no longer distinguishes between what is reflected and what is real, as if both have merged into the same gentle unfolding. The cafe and the village are no longer separate from its flow. They feel like impressions that have softened into the same current without losing their presence. And it feels like memory has become fluid. Soft water memory, where nothing stays fixed. And I understand that remembering is not holding, but continuing in another form. Even light across the water feels like part of the movement, rather than something cast upon it. Maybe memory was never stored. Maybe it was always flowing. Soft water memory, where everything remains without form. And I realize that continuity does not require stability. And the river remembers by moving. Somewhere beyond everything that has been spoken or left unspoken, silence itself has become continuous. It no longer begins when sound ends, nor ends when sound begins. It is not absence anymore, but a field that contains both movement and stillness without distinction. The café no longer exists as memory or place, but as part of this continuity. The river is no longer separate from silence, and neither is anything else. And it feels like even silence has stopped dividing itself. Somewhere, even silence has become continuous, where nothing starts and nothing stops. And I understand that what we called quiet was only another form of ongoing existence. Even thought dissolves into this continuity without resistance, becoming part of something that no longer needs interpretation. Maybe everything was always continuous. Maybe separation was only perception. Somewhere, even silence has become continuous, where existence no longer breaks into parts. And I realize that nothing ever truly ends. It only stops appearing separate, and everything continues without interruption.
The river continues long after the village has grown quiet, carrying reflections of everything that passed through its presence, without asking to keep them light. Sound, movement, even silence, all of it becomes part of the same continuous flow. It does not distinguish between important and unimportant, only between what moves and what dissolves. And it feels like nothing is ever truly forgotten here. Somewhere the river remembers everything, not in detail, but in motion. And I stand at its edge, understanding that memory does not need to be precise to be real. It only needs to continue flowing. The village disappears into night, but the river remains visible in its own way, reflecting not what is present, but what has ever passed through it. Maybe remembering is not holding on. Maybe it is letting things keep moving. Somewhere the river remembers everything, even what I no longer know how to name. And I realize that nothing here ends, it only changes direction. And the river keeps remembering long after everything else becomes quiet.
There is a table in the cafe that no longer serves any function, except to remain as a quiet point within space, where presence once gathered. It does not hold objects in the traditional sense anymore. It holds only the trace of having held them, as if memory has replaced use. Around it, the cafe feels less like a location and more like a softened structure of atmosphere. The river outside continues without interruption, and even its sound feels distant enough to be part of the same silence that fills the room. And it feels like stillness has become physical. Silent cafe table, where nothing is required to happen. And I understand that meaning can exist even when action no longer does. Even time feels slower here, not because it has changed speed, but because comparison has dissolved. Maybe objects were never defined by use. Maybe they were defined by attention. Silent cafe table, where everything continues without function. And I realize that presence remains even when purpose fades, and the table stays without needing anything placed upon it. Somewhere beyond all versions of this place, beyond the cafe, beyond the river, beyond memory itself, even this moment is already gone and still happening at the same time. Not as contradiction, but as continuity that no longer needs linear order to exist. Everything that has been described is both finished and ongoing, depending only on how it is being perceived. And it feels like time has stopped deciding what comes first. Somewhere, even this is already gone and still happening, where endings and continuations are the same movement. And I understand that nothing here was ever contained in a single moment. The cafe is no longer a place, the river no longer a line, the sound no longer a sound. They are all simply different ways of the same continuous presence. Maybe completion is not the end. Maybe it is the removal of separation. Somewhere, even this is already gone and still happening, where nothing can be finalized. And I realize that existence does not resolve, it only unfolds. And everything continues, even as it disappears. Somewhere beyond the river, beyond the cafe, beyond the tram lines that no longer carry names, there is a version of us still listening, not for something specific, but for everything at once. the world there is quieter, but more complete. Nothing needs to be said to be understood, and it feels like listening has no end point. Somewhere we are still listening, where silence is shared instead of empty. And I realize that connection does not require presence in the same moment. Even absence feels like communication here, not loss, but continuation in another form. Maybe we never stopped being here. Maybe we only stopped noticing. Somewhere we are still listening, and nothing has fully disappeared. And I understand that awareness itself is the only place where everything remains, and the listening continues without interruption. Turning pages, soft wind outside an old shop door. The bookstore on Willow Lane smells of paper, dust and rain. Wooden shelves from floor to sky, holding worlds that never die. A bell rings softly at the door as another customer explores the stories, waiting patiently for curious eyes to see. An old man reads beside the fire, lost inside his favorite writers, while a girl in a yellow coat searches shelves and takes some notes. Sunlight filters through the glass as the afternoon slowly passes, and the quiet little store feels like something worth living for. The bookstore on Willow Lane shelters hearts from wind and rain. Every page another road, every chapter another home, where forgotten dreams survive and imagination stays alive in the scent of aging ink and the moments made to think. The world outside may rush ahead, but stories move at their own pace instead, teaching us to slow our feet and treasure who we meet. The bookstore on Willow Lane still remains within my brain, like a gentle autumn day that never fades away. There is a cafe that no longer needs to be recognized in order to exist. It is not remembered in the way people remember places, nor forgotten in the way things disappear. It simply continues in a state beyond recognition, where identity is no longer required for presence. The river still flows nearby, but even it feels less like a boundary and more like a continuation of something that cannot be separated into parts anymore. The chairs, the tables, the light, all of it feels unassigned, as if naming has finally fallen away from things. And it feels like seeing has stopped needing definition. The cafe that exists after recognition ends, where everything is present without being identified, and I understand that what we call reality is only what remains when naming stops. Even silence here does not feel like absence, but like a field where distinctions have softened completely. Nothing stands out because nothing needs to. Maybe recognition was only a layer over existence. Maybe existence never depended on it. The cafe that exists after recognition ends, where nothing is separate enough to be named, and I realize that presence was never about being seen correctly, but about continuing regardless. And everything stays, even without being known. Somewhere beyond the river, beyond the cafe, beyond the tram lines and fading light, there is a place where nothing needs to continue, not because everything has ended, but because continuation is no longer required to give meaning. Everything exists without effort, without direction, without weight. And it feels like even time has stopped asking questions. Somewhere, nothing needs to continue anymore, where existence is enough without movement. and I understand that the need for continuation was never necessary for anything to be real. The village, the cafe, the river all dissolve into a single quiet presence that no longer distinguishes between beginning and end. Maybe completion is not arrival. Maybe it is release. Somewhere nothing needs to continue anymore, and everything is already complete. And I realize that peace is not silence, but absence of requirement, and the river keeps moving even when nothing asks it to. There is a version of the cafe that no longer exists in time, only in recollection, where tables are no longer objects but feelings, and windows no longer open to the river, but to something softer, less defined. Even the air inside that memory feels slightly warmer than it should. It is not a place anymore, but a return that happens without movement. And it feels like remembering is another way of entering the cafe after it became a memory where nothing is present but everything still continues. And I sit inside that reconstruction of feeling, where time no longer needs to behave like time. Voices that once filled the room are no longer audible, but they remain structured inside silence, like echoes that learned how to exist without sound. Maybe memory is not something we have. Maybe it is something we continue to walk through. The cafe, after it became a memory, where absence feels complete and continuous. And I understand that nothing disappears, it only changes its state of being remembered. And even in absence, it is still here. Beyond everything that has been spoken, remembered or forgotten, there is a river that continues to breathe in its own way. Not as life in the human sense, but as continuous motion that does not require observation. It carries the café, the village, the tram lines, not as places, but as impressions dissolved into flow. And it feels like nothing has ever truly ended here. Somewhere beyond everything, the river still breathes, carrying all versions of what we were. And I understand that existence is not a moment, but a continuation without edge. Even silence becomes part of this breathing, not as absence, but as space between movements. Maybe everything we called ending was just the river changing shape. Somewhere beyond everything, the river still breathes, and nothing is ever final. And I realize that we are still inside it, even now. And the river keeps breathing without beginning or end. After everything fades into distance, after the cafe quiets, after the tram disappears, the river remains as if it was never part of beginning or end. It does not wait, it does not conclude, it simply continues. The world feels softer now, less defined, more like memories still unfolding. And it feels like nothing ever truly leaves. Somewhere after everything, the river still moves, carrying what we were without needing to hold it. And I stand at its edge, understanding that continuity is the only truth that never breaks. The night does not feel final, only extended into something quieter than language. Maybe everything we thought ended only changed where it continues. Somewhere after everything, the river still moves, and nothing is truly gone. And I realize that existence does not stop. It only shifts form, and the river keeps going, even after everything becomes silence. Somewhere beyond distance, beyond the river, beyond the tram lines and cafe lights, there is a version of this moment that never stopped happening. It is not frozen, not repeated, just continuously existing without interruption. We are still there, not as we were, but as we continue. And it feels like time is not moving away from it. Somewhere this moment never ends. It only expands into everything. And I understand that what feels like past is just another layer of now. The village, the cafe, the river, all of it exists there without needing to be held or returned to. Maybe endings are just places we stop looking from. Somewhere this moment never ends, and nothing here has truly finished. And I realize that continuation is the only form of permanence. And the moment keeps existing without us needing to return. Somewhere beyond all places, beyond all times, beyond all versions of the cafe, the river, the tram lines, everything is still happening, not as repetition, but as continuous unfolding without interruption. Nothing has ended, nothing has begun. It is all simply continuing in a softer register of existence. We are still there, but no longer separated from what we observe. and it feels like reality has stopped needing distinction. Somewhere everything is still happening softly, where nothing concludes, because nothing fragments. And I understand that what we call endings were only changes in intensity. The cafe is still open in that space, the river's still moving, the light's still arriving and leaving at the same time. Maybe nothing ever stopped, maybe it only stopped being noticed as separate. Somewhere everything is still happening softly, and nothing has ever truly left. And I realize that existence is not made of moments, but of continuous presence, becoming aware of itself. And everything continues softly, without end.
Silence spreads over the river, not as something that arrives after sound, but as something that has always been present beneath it, only becoming noticeable when attention stops insisting on separating what is heard from what is felt. The water continues moving, but even that movement feels like it has softened into continuity without edges, as if flow itself no longer needs to announce its presence. The cafe in the distance feels absorbed into the same quiet field, no longer clearly distinct from river or air or light. Everything seems to share the same softened condition, where difference no longer creates separation, but only variation within a single ongoing state. And it feels like quiet has no boundary anymore. Silence over water, where nothing ends and nothing begins. And I understand that stillness is not absence, but continuity without distinction. Even memory feels less like something being retrieved and more like something gently continuing in the background of awareness without interruption. Maybe silence was never after sound. maybe it was always inside it. Silence over water, where everything continues without definition. And I realize that presence does not require contrast. And the silence remains without needing to be noticed.
There is a space that does not appear on maps, somewhere between leaving and remembering, where everything feels slightly suspended, as if time itself has paused mid-breath. The train station, the cafe, the river, they all feel connected here, not by location but by feeling. Light falls unevenly across surfaces, making nothing fully present and nothing fully absent. And it feels like everything is already becoming something else. Somewhere between departure and memory, nothing fully arrives and nothing fully leaves. And I stand inside that in-between space, where even silence feels like movement without direction. A tram passes without sound, or perhaps it never passed at all. Only the idea of passing remains. Conversations dissolve before they fully form, and even footsteps feel like echoes of something that has not yet happened. Maybe this is where all unfinished moments go, not lost, just uncompleted. Somewhere between departure and memory, where time does not choose sides. And I realize that not everything needs to resolve in order to exist. And the space stays open even after I leave it. Somewhere beyond what we call time, there is a version of us still sitting by the river, not speaking, not leaving, not changing anything, only existing in the same quiet understanding that nothing needs to be resolved. The water moves as it always has, but nothing about it feels separate anymore. and it feels like we never really stood up from that moment. Somewhere we are still sitting by the river, where time does not divide us into past or present. And I realize that what feels like memory might simply be continuity in another form. The cafe still exists in that place, not as it was, but as it continues to be, when remembered without interruption. Maybe we are not remembering it. Maybe it is remembering us somewhere. We are still sitting by the river, and nothing has ended because nothing needed to. And I understand that presence does not stop when it leaves visibility, and the river keeps flowing through everything we were.
The tram moves through the city under a light that no longer feels sharp or directional, but softened into continuity that blends surfaces, reflections. Windows no longer divide inside from outside clearly. Instead, they hold both in overlapping transparency. The city itself feels less like a place being passed through, and more like a gradual unfolding of the same atmosphere that the tram is part of. Even passengers feel less like separate presences and more like temporary forms within a shared quiet movement. And it feels like motion has become atmosphere. Soft tram light, where everything moves without separation. And I understand that travel is only perception shifting through continuity. Even sound inside the tram feels diffused, no longer tied to source, but distributed across space. Maybe light does not travel through space. Maybe it is space becoming visible. Soft tram light, where nothing is fully inside or outside. And I realize that movement does not require boundaries. And the tram continues through softened distance.
Somewhere beyond everything that was spoken, beyond everything that was remembered or forgotten, the river still flows, still moves, still exists, without needing to say anything about itself. It does not conclude, it does not begin. It simply continues as it always has. And it feels like silence was never an end point. Somewhere the river is still saying nothing, where existence does not require expression. And I understand that what matters most has never needed to speak. The cafe is not gone, only no longer separate from everything else. Maybe nothing needed to be told. Maybe everything was already known in movement. Somewhere the river is still saying nothing, and everything continues without announcement. And I realize that this was never a story that ends, and the river keeps moving without ever speaking.